Hey guys, welcome to How Not to Suck at Business and Marketing. I'm your host, Dana Sanchez, and today we are going to be talking about online dating. So, you might say, Dana, what does online dating have to do with marketing? And I will tell you everything. Absolutely everything. Online dating at its very core is personal branding. It is marketing. And so usually, I think there's been a pattern developing here. I'll have something happen to me this week, or the week that I record these, and I end up using them, using a story in my episode. So this week, strap in. It's no different. In fact, I didn't even want to talk about this today. I kind of wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to talk about it because I feel like it's, we're going to kill some sacred cows today. But anyway, so I'm single, been single for about 5 years, and I'm doing the online dating thing. And I know that's sort of like you shouldn't tell. It's like nobody wants to admit they're doing it, but so many people are doing it. So I'm going to admit that I am doing the online dating thing. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I honestly feel like, everybody says in their profile, oh, I'm just not a bar person. I'm just not into the bar scene. And I'm kind of like, even though I don't drink, I'd actually prefer to do the online dating or to meet people the old fashioned way. Drinks and poor decisions. But when my mom was single back in the 70s, on Saturday night, she went to the Holiday Inn. She got all dolled up and the house smelled good and from her perfume, and she got her clothes, she's just so beautiful. She looked so good, got all dolled up, and she's going to go to the holiday. And she was in a good mood, so all the kids were in a good mood. And that's where you went to meet people. And to me, I feel like that is a better way to do it because instantly when you meet someone in person, generally, if you like them or you don't like them. So online, it's hard to tell. But so anyway, here's my story. So I kind of stay online generally to do the online dating. I say I hate it, but I sort of just do it because I feel like, well, if someone comes along, that's how they're going to find me. I don't want to not be found. But then again, I'm not like super, super active like I was maybe when I first was single and I just didn't know any better. So, okay. So anyway, here's what happened. So I met a guy online. He seemed really nice. And we talked for a while and exchanged a few messages, and then we agreed to, he asked me out, we were going to go out to dinner, we exchanged phone numbers, and this is one thing that I give you a tip in online dating that'll really help you, is, so what I do in online dating is to save time, is I will, because a lot of times you can tell when you talk with someone if you're going to be a the And so I tell people, well, I don't meet anybody until I talk to them on the phone first. And for women, just the girls, the boys, please close your ears. I also say, I'm not going to meet you until you pass the phone test. And guys, from a guy perspective, girls, they love that. They like, oh, the phone test? Ooh, where do I, like their competitive juices get flowing. So it's just a little tidbit there. So you can use it. But anyway, so we've been through all that, and we had a date scheduled. We exchanged phone numbers. Actually, I hadn't talked to him on the phone. Okay, let me digress. It was somebody that was local. He had just moved to my area. Generally, I save myself a lot of time because most of the people that, if I do date, and I don't date very often, but if I do, they live an hour away. And so that saves me a lot of time because then I can talk to them and decide, whether or not I like them. So the phone test weeds out a lot of contenders. Okay, so anyway, I didn't do that with this guy because it was just like, he's local. I'm not gonna have to drive that much far or whatever. And Dana, you're probably thinking, why do you drive? Why don't you make them come to you? Well, I live in a small town, okay? And I would probably know people. I've actually been on first dates in my little small town and have unfortunately gone into a restaurant and like half of the town that, or at least people I know are in there. Ugh. Nobody wants to have a first date in front of their friends or their neighbors. So anyway, so we had a date and then 2 days before the date, even though he has my phone number, he messages me through the online dating app and says, hey, Dana, I had an emergency. I have a family emergency. Something came up. Or it was the family emergency came up, and I have to leave town. I know he just moved here, so from Nebraska. So he said I had to. Tim, it does suck so much, Tim. Just get the guy delivered in a crate. I wish. And then he probably wouldn't be crate trained. So if I don't respond to your comments, it's because I don't have my glasses on. Why don't you have your glasses on, Dana? Because there's too much glare. So like, is there glare? Might be distracting. No? Okay, I'll keep them on. So he sends me a message and says he's terribly sorry. He's got an emergency and he has to go back to Nebraska and he has to leave this afternoon and he probably won't be back for a couple weeks. Immediately my BS detector goes off and I think, well, he has my phone number. Why didn't he call me? And I was like, well, and then he actually changed like the city he was in. He changed it to Omaha. And I was like, oh, well, maybe he is back in Nebraska. Okay, fine. So anyway, I just said, that's fine. No problem. I hope everything's okay. And then he responds and he says, it's it's not that big of a deal. It's not terrible, but thank you. Really sorry about this. I was like, So then later on that evening, I was looking at my phone. I opened up the online dating app and this car air freshener. Tim Lewis, could you just listen to this, please? Thank you. So later on that evening, I open up the app and it shows him online and it shows that he doesn't understand that he's got his location services enabled. So he says he's in Omaha, but it shows him he's like 20 miles away from me. Now, typically, I don't call people out on stuff. Well, yeah, maybe I do typically do it. But my daughter tells me, Mom, don't do that because how are you going to feel? Just be prepared for the answer. But, when anyone cancels on you, it's like the worst feeling ever because you think, oh my gosh, that is something I did, something I said, something didn't like the way I looked, maybe saw me somewhere and, decided that, I don't know, wasn't his type or whatever. So it's just like this overwhelming feeling of rejection. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm prepared for the answer. I'm okay with it. So I messaged him and I said, hey, what did I say? Oh, I said, so, what really happened? How many wives has he got? I said, so what really happened? And then he responded and he said, I chickened out. He said, I've been married for 24 years and this is all new to me. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And I got scared and I don't think I'm ready for dating. And so I chickened out. I'm really sorry. He says, I'm sorry. I'm just not ready. And then I did something aggressive. And this is actually when it comes down to marketing. So one thing I do believe in marketing is that predictability equals boredom. And I think that too many times whether we're doing online dating or we're on social media or just texting people or something like that, we kind of hide behind this cloak of this isn't a real person. Maybe I don't really have to answer. I can say things that I wouldn't normally say if I was face to face with this person. So if you remember, we did exchange phone numbers. So I picked up the phone and called him. Yes, I did. And you know what? I actually didn't expect him to answer, but I was just going to leave him a nice little voicemail. But he did answer. And he said hello. And I said, I didn't expect you to answer. And I kind of laughed. And he said, I almost didn't. And I said, his name is Chad. And you guys don't know him because he's just moved here like a month ago. So I said, hey, Chad. I said, I wanted to tell you that, instead of apologizing for not being ready, maybe just apologize for just not being honest. And then he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, Dana. You're right. And, I just didn't want him to kind of go down that path. And so I said, because what happens is when you're not honest with people, you leave them to assume all kinds of crazy things, and left to our own devices, we all view the world through the lens of our own insecurity. And so if I'm insecure about my teeth, or I'm insecure about my hair or my height, or anything, how much money I make, what kind of car I drive, where I live, if someone rejects you and they don't tell you, they just kind of give you a BS excuse, you're automatically going to assume it's whatever it is you're insecure about. That's what happened. So I told him that. I said, this is what happens when you don't tell the truth. You leave people to wonder. And I mean, not so much for me, but maybe when you are ready to date, the next person you meet online, just know that. And you know what? We had the best discussion. We had a great talk, and he was just, yes, Tim, I'm a creepy stalker woman, definitely. And I even told him, I said, I'm a creep. Like, I will Google you. I will look at your profiles. I will find things about you. It saved me time. Also because I'm super nosy and creepy. So online dating. So yeah, so he gave me a BS answer. Here's another thing too, is that, okay, well, let me finish my story. So we had a great discussion. He said, Dana, I'm just lonely. I'm like, I get it. You're lonely. I understand. And we had a good con. I said, I've been divorced. I know what lonely feels like. And he had just moved to town, so he doesn't have any friends. He doesn't know anybody. And so we had a really good discussion and a really good talk. And I just, and I said, well, I gotta go. I've got to take some food over to a friend of mine who's getting surgery on her teeth this week. And I made her a little Jell-O salad. And he said, Dana, this is so crazy. Nobody would do that. Who picks up the phone and like calls me out on something or just does that? And I'm like, this girl, I do. Probably why I'm still single. And actually what I said to him was, I said, Chad, I just wanted to model for you what a healthy interaction looks like. Pick up the phone, call them. And you know what? We ended on a good note, and I felt better because I didn't think, he assured me that it wasn't me. And it's something that, it doesn't matter how confident you are, in online dating, people can reject you in business, but as soon as they reject you, when they reject you online, it's like they're rejecting you personally, and it is, but the thing is that what he was rejecting me for it really did have nothing to do with me. Nothing. And you know what? Quite often, it really doesn't. Oh, the worst is when people ghost or block. Exactly. Okay, so the truth is easier to remember. So here's the thing. Tim, I so agree with you. So when people ghost you, I hate this. It's just even making a BS excuse. And I told this guy, I said, you know that your location services aren't enabled. So I pretty much know geographically you're only like 20 miles from me. And he was like, oh my God, I didn't know that. I mean, he was so green, and I said, no, they are. And I noticed that you changed your location on your screen to Omaha, but you're clearly still in Sedalia. So, but a bullshit answer is actually, ghosting is actually worse. I feel like that, or maybe they're the same thing. I don't know. But ghosting is terrible. And guys, look, I get why you do that. I get why, yes, Jimmy, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks. I love my money, so I never get lonely. Jimmy, there's more to life than money. Money can't love you back. So, the ghosting. We would never do that to people in person. Ghosting is terrible. And guys, I get why you're like that. You think, I feel like guys especially, or maybe girls too, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I wasn't attracted to them. I don't know how to tell them that. So here's a tip. If you're not attracted to them, you've met, instead of just disappearing and never saying anything, just text the girl or call them and say, hey, listen, I had a really good time with you. I don't know. I'm getting more of a friendship vibe from us. So, but I wanted to thank you for spending time with me. And I really enjoyed our conversation. I think you're a great person and you're attractive, but I just get more of a friendship vibe. Now, if they turn out to be crazy, block them. Just block them. If they start being all drama and emotional, fine, just block them. But that goes for girls too. Don't ghost guys. Don't ghost people. Stop it. Just tell them. I just feel like we're more friends. I feel like I am getting more of a friendship vibe. What's the worst case scenario? That you actually have a friend? Generally you don't stick around and become friends. But, it could happen. So, personal branding 101 on the online dating. Don't hide behind that. Actually, he was kind of embarrassed when I called him because I started out with, hey, we're both adults here. Maybe. Shall we? And he's like, yeah, but we're acting like middle schoolers. And I said, well, one of us is. That'd be you. But then he got real vulnerable. He's like, Dana, I'm just really lonely. I was married for 24 years. And, and it wasn't too much therapy, Tim, because actually I got off the phone pretty quick. Because I also don't want to be sucked into that. I'm not your person that you get to complain to. And I really don't want to be friends. Like, I don't need more friends. I've got lots of friends. So, but personal branding, guys and girls, keep in mind the message that you're sending out. And by message, I mean your profile pictures and what you write. Make them honest as possible. I mean, like, mine aren't like, I don't show like my worst side, like this is the side of my hair that I hate. And I don't bend over so that my stomach is sticking out when I take pictures. But keep them recent. And don't make them like this. I've had guys' pictures that are like, what? Like they've got this question on their face. Like, what is this? This is your best foot forward? This is what you're giving me? Goodness, my phone's about to fall. That's why I'm... So, yeah. But another marketing tip from the online dating thing is that, again, predictability equals boredom. Be different. Be predictable. Be unpredictable. Pick up the phone. Guys, call them. Don't spend endless hours texting. Don't always talk about yourself. Talk about them. Ask them questions. And not questions so you can get their password. I've had those too. Why are you asking me what first concert I went to? Why are you asking me my first dog's name? Might this be a scam? But he acts like he likes me so much. So, anyway, that's my 2 cents. I see a lot of comments. My favorite is Creepy Stalker Woman. Thank you, Tim. I wear that like a badge of honor. And dating online or not sucks. I agree, Robert. I agree. It does suck. It sucks. Because it's just so much energy. And guys, please, and girls too, but mostly guys, when you go out on when you commit to do a date, don't cancel. And if you cancel, pick up the phone and call that person. You guys don't realize how much girls go through to get ready for a date. Even if it's somebody that I don't even think I'm going to like. I won't go out with them if I don't think I'm going to like them, but I'll still get ready because I want to put my best foot forward, and I start planning my outfit, and I work a little bit extra hard on my hair and maybe put eyeshadow on instead of, So it's something that we look forward to. So if you're going to cancel, have the balls to pick up the phone and do so. Boom. But don't. And you know what? When you're on a date with somebody, make it, even if you don't like that person or it's more of a friendship thing, commit that you're going to show them a good time. Not sexually. All the guys would be like, yeah, show us a good time. But just like, you know what? We're here. Let's have fun. What could it hurt? So, I think that was it. Gosh, I really went off on a tangent. Thank you guys for listening to me. I am the type of person that does, will call you out on stuff. And like I said, maybe that's why I'm single. I don't know. I'd rather be single and be honest. So, again, it's not for the faint at heart, but make sure your brand matches up with your profile. Don't write that you're funny. Be funny. Just be yourself, because you're enough, right? Show good pictures, decent pictures. Show your teeth, because we all wonder if your teeth suck. Even if it's uncomfortable smiling, even if you put in the profile, hey, my teeth are fine, I just don't like to smile with them, that's fine, because it's something that we all wonder. And yes, Tim, be yourself. What is your mother's maiden name? Yeah. Oh gosh, you want to know so much about me? Well, my mother's maiden name is this. Dear Lord. Yeah, be yourself. I like to explore creepy abandoned places. Definitely. You know what, Jimmy? Some people do, and you'll find the match that does. If you like to explore, yeah, why hide it? And can I say one more thing? Please, for the love of God, don't say I work hard, I play hard. Ugh, that's so predictable. That's terrible. I work hard and I play hard. Do you? Do you? You and everybody else. Ugh. Dinner and movie are too cliche. Definitely. But also, dinner and movie are too cliche. I don't want to sit in a movie with a perfect stranger. Like, I don't want to sit there in a movie with them. Ugh. Do you take shovel on your dates, Jimmy? Jimmy, I'd like you to meet my friend Tim. Tim, this is my classmate from high school, Jimmy. So, there you go. That's funny. Anyway, be yourself. Don't hide behind the phone so much. Once you get a girl's number, call her, and realize that online dating or social media or whatever, that's your personal brand. I'm not in business. So what? I'm not in sales. So what? Nowadays, everything's online anyway. So be aware of your personal brand. And instead of saying what you are, just be what you are. So be funny. Say something funny. Don't say I'm funny. Ugh. All right, guys. That's it for today. Thanks for all the interaction. If you like this, I'm kind of thinking maybe of doing like an once a month do an online dating episode. I have some great stories. God. They more are, self-depreciating, really. So anyway, and if you'd like to share some stories, I'd be happy to have you on here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Dana Sanchez. Don't suck at online dating. Be amazing. I love you guys. I will talk to you soon.